Hey, so I'm going to show you how to install this. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the certificate for the driver silently. Then we're going to install the driver silently, and then we're going to install we're going to make a transform file, sorry, for the MSI inside of this, so we can skip the mandatory driver window, so we can install this completely silently without any user interaction at all. So I've just got a Windows sandbox here for testing. So I'll just drag Flashprint, copy and paste it in here, sorry. And I will open a, down, let's get to, I'll open a PowerShell window with the desktop. So actually, before I do anything, I'll show what happens when you go to install this. So we go next. The user would just spam next, okay? And then it'll do all this, and then it'll install the driver needed for whatever software this is, I presume, the 3D printer. So then you press yes, finish. If the driver's already installed, though, that will still show up. So there's no way to get rid of that with the command prompt lines, supposedly. So if we go flash print, we go question, there's no real anything here that helps us. So So what we'll do instead is, okay. So first we need to install the driver. So when the driver installs, it pops up that untrusted publisher window because the certificate is not installed on the computer. It's not a properly signed Microsoft certificate or whatever, so the user needs to manually add it before the driver can be installed. So how we go about doing that is we open up PowerShell command prompt. It doesn't matter. We go to the file. And then we will we'll extract this. So thankfully most custom installers are very difficult. This one thankfully actually displays its options. So we can see right here, it'll actually extract all the files. So we go extract to current directory, and then we'll get all the files from here. And here we can see the driver. This is the file that the setup is running. So what we can do is actually go to the certificate. So this is the certificate that we need to install this driver. So what we'll actually do is install this driver just normally. We'll just install it. And then we can go to certificates and we can go to manage computer certificates. So under trusted publishers and certificates, we can see the driver that was just the certificate that was just installed. So this is needed to install it. So what we can do is go alt task, right click on it, alt task, export. Next, we go dir encoded binary, and then we can just extract the certificate for use. So flash forge drive cert. Cool. Got that. Does that successfully. So what we can do now is we can actually get rid of this. I'll delete this. So I'll show you. So let me get my notes up. So we're going to use the import certificate module, or whatever the fuck they call it. What do they call it? They call it commandlet. Yeah, commandlet. I'm just going to call it command. Import certificate command. This will allow us to import it, believe it or not. So we're actually going to define the parameters inside of a block array thing, hash map, whatever the fuck it's called. Path, so this is going to be the file path to this. If you're doing this in a script, you probably just do local relative path, but we're not doing that right now, so I will just copy this. I can copy it, wasting time. User slash w desktop flash. Sir, yep. And the second parameter will be where it will be stored to. So we want to store it to the local computer and trusted publishers. We don't want to store it to the local user or the user certificates. I don't I haven't tested it, but I believe that wouldn't work. So with a format like this, a local machine, trusted publisher. Cool. We run import certificate with the params, and imports just fine. We go refresh, we can see it's there. So that means we can install the driver silently now. So the driver is here, Windows 7. INF file, this one. We'll install that, so we can use that just using PnP util. Add driver, the directory to the INF file should be B for driver, and then Win7, and this file, and then we have to install it. Run this, and we can see it runs. It already exists, actually. Crap, it does. I'll just restart this now. One more time. Sorry about that. So I've gone ahead and restart the sandbox. The driver is no longer installed. So we can now go PnP util. Well, first we have to. Sorry about that. I've restarted the sandbox. Make sure the driver isn't installed anymore. So now we can actually go ahead and try this. So add driver. It would be B49 driver Win7, and then the .inf file. So that would be here, and this one. .inf. And we can go /install. Install driver package added successfully. So now it's installed. So now we can actually install the program silently. So if we actually go through and so I'll run the program right now actually. So we go through and install it. The driver is already installed, yet once it gets to importing modules, registering modules, it'll try to install the driver again. It's already installed, so it's useless. We don't want that. If this is running silently, it will pop that up. We can actually do a test of that right now. So I will probably have to uninstall this first. Yep. Ah, what a bitch. So now we can go Flashprint slash no, what is the parameter actually? It's exe no UI. Then we pass through to the MSI installer QM, so there's no interface. So we see that it does everything, yet it will still pop up the driver window. It's because it's hard coded into the MSI of this installer. So it's hard coded into the MSI to open that driver dialog every time. So what do? Can we do anything? Yes, yeah, we can. We use this program called Orca. This allows you to view the structure and all the data inside of an MSI file. So this is a installer I actually got from techiepages.com. It's just a link down here. I'll link it down in the description probably. Just go ahead and install this. And then you can right click on an MSI and edit with Orca. So this will display all the data that's in this MSI file, everything from the language strings to the icon binary data, whichever it is, all the files that are in it. What we're interested in is the custom actions. So this is all the custom crap that this MSI is running. And we see down here, viewer.exe. We see that it's running setup.bat. Well, it's doing something with something that runs setup.bat. If we go here, we can actually see that that's this file. It'll run this, which runs the driver dialog. We don't want to do that. So how do we do this without, I don't know, modifying this MSI? We don't really want to do that. So what we can do instead is we can create a transform. What's it called actually? It's called a installer transform. It's pretty simple. Okay, so we can call it, in Orca, we can make it a transform. So what that will do is any actions we take inside of Orca now, and we delete or anything, we can run the MSI with the file it generates, and then it'll do that as it's running the MSI. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to this viewer.exe, and we're just going to drop it, get rid of it. Don't want it to run. So you see it's a green line now. It's added to the transform, so now we can generate the transform. Put on the desktop, don't install driver. Where the fuck did that save to? Desktop. It's there. There it is. There we go. So now we can actually get rid of Orca. Now we can run Flashprint with this file. So we can go Flashprint, go /exe no UI, qn, and then to use the transform file, we use transform equals, and then the file name. I'm guessing you would need a path if it's relative, because we're on the desktop, we need to specify the file name. But I missed here, I believe. Yep. So we go install, and bada bing, bada boom, and it didn't work. Why is that? Because I did transform, not transforms. Sorry about that. Transform. It is not transform. It is transforms. So run transforms. You can see it didn't run the driver, window at all. It's installed properly now. No graphics driver inside the sandbox, so can't use it. But yeah, so that's how you install a certificate silently. That's how you install the driver silently after you install the certificate, and that's how you transform MSI to get rid of all the bullshit that the developers couldn't be bothered to add an option for. I hope that helps you. Cheers.